Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to today's SLP update for Friday, 1st of April. And so right now we're here with SLP, and it seems to me like, damn, SLP on the daily got a little bit cornered potentially, and that is because of Bitcoin, right? We saw Bitcoin actually going to the downside. SLP started to move to the downside as well. Now, the bad thing about SLP though is that I actually didn't want it to lose this trend line. Okay, if you were on tradingview.com, I already told you that the apex is coming very, very soon here, and the apex actually dropped to the downside, and that is not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But if I diving into the daily 4-hour time frame, I just want to observe the 4-hour time frame as well. On the Binance, it seems like SLP never lost the support. I want to actually turn off the log scale, and if I turn off the log scale, SLP is actually quite safe. Do you see that? That's the reason why we have to switch between the log and the log scale and the turning off the log scale as well. So if I actually put it this way, it's like SLP actually isn't losing the trend line at all. Because on the Binance chart on my phone, I did draw the lines on the phone as well, but on the phone it doesn't seem like you ever lost the trend line. So you see, you're still clinging onto the trend line, and you're still holding the trend line just a little bit there. This candlestick still has to be confirmed right over here. This candlestick that you see right now has to be confirmed, but to me it seems like on if I turn off the log scale, we're still actually very, very safe. Yes, I'm gonna lift this one like that, this one like this. Yes, okay. So turn on the log scale. This is how it looks like even when you turn on the log scale, but on the daily it seems like you actually lost the trend line. If you turn off the log scale, you are still respecting the trend line, so it's still important to observe both the scenarios. Now I do think that this drop to the downside was expected, and I couldn't update yesterday, but on the 15 minutes I'm going to tell you why this one actually dropped. And this is what happened. You actually went down like this. You make a bear flag right over there, and this bear flag was from here to here. The technical targets almost got mad. It's like 188 is the technical target. So if you start to come down to the 188, I don't know, man, but it seems like this is where you're actually finding support right now, because you are at the trend line at this point of time. So you don't want to lose the trend line. You don't want to see Bitcoin actually start to make some weird moves to the downside as well. And the candlestick you're printing on the daily are some little bit of a reversal candlestick. Like this is a high frequency doji right there, an inverted hammer right here. So there's a good nice possibility that this is where you actually bottom out, and then you start to pick to the upside. Because by the end of the day, it still doesn't make sense to me that you start dropping for SLP, given that you're actually having some really, really big news coming out for SLP as well. So to me, guys, the prices target still remain if, of course, you are going to go up here to these levels. Now, let's say SLP does start to come down to the 185. Okay, if it does start to come to the 185, potentially, that's a confirmation you've lost this trend line. Right? Okay, that's a confirmation you've lost the trend line. You go down, and actually, you have to also back test. You don't want to make a fake out. It could be a fake out as well. So you go down, fail the back test, and then you're gonna look to down to the downside. Simple put, okay? But at this point of time, you are holding the thread. You are holding a very thin thread right now that you do want to just keep on holding the thread. If you don't hold this thread, then it's gonna be really, really bad for SLP to go to the upside. But to me, I think it's gonna hold the thread. Okay, I think crypto is still now getting bullish. Bitcoin is getting a bullish cross. There is something going on. I don't know how I can express it, but something does tell me somewhere, sometime, this thing is gonna like pop to the upside when people are not expecting it to pop to the upside. Let's see. Anyway, nothing else is financial advice. And if you guys want to learn technical analysis course, I do have a course for you. If you want to pay 49 bucks, message me on the Discord and I'm going to tell you how. 29 bucks for if you want to make a cryptocurrency payment, and you're going to get it for $20 off. You can watch the contents, what you want to learn. If you're interested in that, do give me a message over there, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.